So today we are in the gym with the project. Today was the first day of going to the gym, and it was very, very difficult. Not only because I feel like gym culture is better nowadays. You know, I feel like a lot of people, when they go to the gym, they know what they're kind of supposed to do. A lot more people are educated, and you know, I feel for the most part, a lot of people, it depends on what gym you go to, but they have like realistic goals of what they're trying to accomplish. For myself, you know, I've gone to the gym, you know, most of my adult life. It's always been an in and out thing for me. It's always been one of those things that, you know, it's kind of like I know I always want to go. I always knew what I wanted to be. Maybe my goals weren't so realistic, but I knew what I was doing in the gym. You know, I knew that, you know, maybe this month I wanted to lose more weight, or maybe this month I wanted to get bigger, or, you know, maybe this month I just wanted to create a schedule for myself. Problem is, now, as I've gotten older, as I've, you know, seen more things and life comes. You know, when I first went to the gym, or I used to go to the gym a lot, like I didn't really have things in life that would hinder me from going. You know, life is always going to tell us how much time we don't have, or how much we could be doing something else, or how this feeling makes us feel, and it's not necessarily something that we want to do every day. Life will do that to you, you know. And being back in the gym while doing this challenge, you know, while doing these videos, it was difficult. You know, I wasn't ready with the camera. Like I said, in my previous video, I talked about how I didn't really, you know, have a lot of things set up, but I just wanted to do it just for the sake of, you know, creating a schedule for myself, you know, for the plans that I have, and just having something concrete that I can look back and fall onto, you know, in times where I don't necessarily feel like doing something, or if I'm not as, you know, not the word agile, but if I'm just not as prepared as I thought I was, then I always have something constant to fall back on. And that's why I started the Murph Challenge. It's basically just giving me, you know, a one thing that I do no matter what, you know, matter what, you know, the weather is, no matter, you know, how I'm feeling that day, no matter if I'm sick, no matter if, you know, that one thing that I do every single day, and then using that as a catalyst to push for, you know, any other projects, which for me is, you know, the 1,000-day project on Soldier of Life channel. But today I just realized that in the gym, you know, it's difficult. We go in there, a lot of times you're spending a lot of time, you know, I'm not talking about those crazy fitness people, or I'm not talking about somebody that's like heavy on their mission. I mean, passive gym goers that, you know, you just go, you kind of have these ideas in your head, but you're not really committed to them. And, you know, I'm a victim of this. Just sometimes you just get in there, you just start looking around, you know. You start looking around, and what they say, like, comparison is the enemy of happiness, or whatever it is. But it's like in the gym, you know, using this, just trying to get the film, trying to do all this stuff, it was difficult, and it took way longer than what it would have. And staying focused was always an issue the whole day. You know, while doing my very first Murph in the gym, it was very difficult because, you know, it just took over the entire day. You know, just trying to find a space where we can set up the camera and making sure, you know, all the stuff is working. And because if it's not, then it was very stressful. But, you know, we did what we had to do. But it just reminded me just another thing with gym culture. You know, I always thought that you had to go to the gym in order to lose weight. Like you had to go there and to be strong. Like it's just something you had to do, because that's kind of the area that I grew up in. You know, when you see like the Arnold Schwarzeneggers and, you know, the Jay Cutlers and the Ronnie Colemans and those guys, they were big because they were in the gym, you know. But that's what I mean, like, you know, in today's culture, we know that you can do multiple things to make your body look better than, or, you know, had, you know, quote, air quotes, better than it is today or what it was. And there's a lot of different avenues you could take. When I was younger, all I thought was, you know, hey, I have to go to the gym in order to get big. This is what I got to do. I got to rep this thing 1,000,000 times. You know, I remember there was a guy in my platoon in the military. He was always say like, it's like, yeah, oh, you guys are going to the gym? Nah, I don't want to go in the gym and play around with weights, you know? And I was like, what? I was like, of course, somebody small would say that, you know? But like, as I got older, you think about it. It's like, you go to the gym and you kind of do the same thing every day. And there's a lot of nuance to it, you know? It's not just like, just doing the same thing every day and, you know, for whatever reason. It's like brushing your teeth. You brush your teeth every day too, but it's not like a chore, you know? And the gym was kind of like the same for me. It was like, the gym was just like brushing my teeth every day. If I didn't go to the gym, I felt like I didn't brush your teeth. But I wasn't satisfied. You know, I personally just wasn't, I don't know. You go, like I said, you go in there comparing other people, and then, you know, you're just like, okay, what now? I did weight stuff. And then it just becomes a little monotonous, you know? And that's when I started getting to, it's funny, getting into boxing and stuff like that. I was initially training my wife, you know? I never had any boxing training. I always wanted to do boxing. I remember when I was young, I wanted to do like gymnastics and stuff, but I never did it because, you know, number one, we didn't have a lot of money. But number two is just that I was just like, boxers aren't big, you know, there's no really big boxers. And then you start seeing certain things that can tell you, like, there's no big boxers because their profession is a little bit different. But a lot of the methods and a lot of things that they do, you can use for fitness. And, you know, it's a lot different than just lifting weights. You know, same thing with calisthenics. When that started coming along, and, you know, a lot of people didn't know what that was. And then you start seeing the amazing things that people can do with their bodies from training certain muscle groups that we don't train every day. Then, you know, the calisthenics thing blew up. And it's like, all of this stuff is coming without lifting weights, you know? And I feel like the first 10 years of my, you know, workout journey, it was just the same thing all the time. I knew what I had to do. You know, I knew the type of results I knew about the body and how it worked and stuff, but it was just like the same thing all the time. And unless you're heavy into fitness, unless that is really your passion, unless that's what drives you every day when you get up in the morning, it gets boring doing the same thing. You know, it gets boring. Are there any times, just think about it, are there any times, if I equivalate, I don't know if that's a word, but if you equal brushing your teeth to working out, right? It's because as something just you do every day just because you know. How many times have you had a memorable experience brushing your teeth? You know? That's how I view the gym. Not even just the gym per se, but it's like I've lifted, you know, thousands of times, and I can't remember a memorable time where I lifted weights, you know? And I sit there, you know, you think back and you be like, okay, you know, like I said, it takes you to get older to realize, wow, life is coming kind of fast now, you know? And it's like, I like lifting weights. I like what it does to my production. I like how it makes me feel, but I want to have more memorable moments, even if it's just lifting weights. You know, even if it was that one time that you tried, you know, whatever workout routine, even if it's that one time you tried this, I don't remember. I could probably remember like 10 times me lifting weights out of the 1,000 times that I've gone to the gym, you know? And that is 100% why I started not going to the gym that much. Now, don't get me wrong. I personally go to the gym now. Everybody has different reasons. When I was doing van life, I was taking a shower at the gym. Not every day. Sometimes I go to my mom's house or a family friend's house, whatever. But I was taking showers at the gym, and I'm like, I might as well work out while I'm here. And then, which warrants better taking a shower. And then after that, I'm more energized and, feeling great when I go to work. That was my initial reasons. For going. And now it's like, well, I have my own stable place. So it's, what am I going to the gym for? I live in a city with great weather all the time, basically. What am I going to the gym for? I want to utilize the outside. I want to utilize it. And it's been such a huge change. I'm so happy that I went on this journey, because that just made me realize, how much I miss being outside. I miss feeling the nature every day, especially like when you're around, cars and buildings and shopping malls and all this other stuff. Getting back to nature is another reason why I totally miss Germany, is that getting back to nature, it's its own rewarding experience, and it kind of brings you back. I'm not in the gym comparing myself to other people or looking how this person is, maybe doing sets I believe to be the wrong, with the wrong form and stuff like that. Who cares? I don't care what they do. I'm not like a person that's going, hey man, stop. Who am I? But it's also like when you see it and it registers in your brain, it takes a little piece of, whatever you're trying to do. So it's like, no matter what it is, if somebody does something annoying, to you, whether it be your spouse or whatever, and it's like maybe they chew too loud, and you hate people that chew too loud. It's like that little thing, even though it's annoying, it doesn't really bother you. It's not like an end of the world, but it takes a little piece out of you. You know what I mean? And then it rents a little space in your head. That's kind of what the gym does. It's like multiple things going on, and no matter what you do, I know like we're all guilty of it. You see something like and it rents a little space in your head, and for me, when I go if I'm working out on my body, the only thing I want to think about is either harnessing the feelings that I'm feeling, quote unquote pain, if you want to call it that, or focusing on what I'm trying to accomplish, just getting my mind right, focusing on myself, thinking about where I came, what I'm doing, how many more sets I have to do. That's really what I want to focus on. And I felt like I get sidetracked a lot more by the gym when I go there. But it's not to say it's a knock on the gym. I'm gonna still always go to the gym, but this is really just coming to the gym this time after doing multiple days outside of the Murph. It just made me realize that you can work on yourself. You don't have to even step foot in a gym. You can, build the body that you want or the lifestyle you want or whatever. And it doesn't have to be the way that most people would tell you that it has to be, or however you thought it was supposed to be. You can make it however you want. So that's my rant for today. Definitely appreciate you watching. This is the Murph Everyday 365. I will see you tomorrow.